In the summer of 2017, something happened in football that felt almost unreal. It wasn't a last-minute goal. It wasn't a Champions League final. It wasn't even something that happened on the pitch. It was a transfer, but not just any transfer one. Announcement one, number 222 million euros, and suddenly, the entire football world stopped. Fans refreshed their phones and disbelief. News channels broke in the coverage. Social media exploded with reactions because Neymar, one of the biggest stars in the world, had just left FC Barcelona to join Paris Saint-Germain. With that move, he became the most expensive footballer in history. But this wasn't just about money. This was a moment that would change football forever. To understand why this transfer shocked the world, we have to go back to the beginning of Neymar's rise long before Europe.
Now, Barcelona Football Club has given one of its star players, Neymar, permission to discuss a world record transfer deal with Paris Saint-Germain. The French club has been told it must pay, wait for this, the £198 million fee in full before the Brazilian international can join them. It's understood the player has been given permission by Barcelona not to train and to sort out his future.
Before the headlines, Neymar was already making waves in Brazil, playing for Santos FC. He quickly became one of the most exciting young players in the world. His style was impossible to ignore: quick feet, dazzling dribbles, creativity that felt almost playful, and the confidence to try things others wouldn't even attempt. Fans loved him, defenders feared him, and the world started paying attention. It didn't take long for Europe's biggest clubs to come calling. Eventually, Neymar made the move to Barcelona, one of the most prestigious clubs in football, and that's where everything changed at Barcelona. Neymar became part of one of the most iconic attacking trios in football history alongside Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. He formed a front line that seemed almost unstoppable. They scored goals, they created magic, they won trophies. Together, they dominated Spanish and European football, including winning the UEFA Champions League. For many players, that would have been enough. Playing with legends, winning at the highest level, being part of history. But for Neymar, there was something more. Despite all the success,
who's the best player you played against and why are they the best?
Neymar in the Copa America, in the final, we were trying to stop him and we just couldn't stop him. At that time I thought, oh my God, he's one of the best I play against.
Did you do anything different to prepare about playing someone like that?
No, obviously you pray for them to have a bad day and you back forward to make sure it's the best day of their life.
He wasn't the main star. That role belonged to Messi. And while Neymar was one of the best players in the world, he was still seen as part of someone else's team deep down. He wanted something different. He wanted to lead. He wanted to be the face of a club. He wanted to prove that he could carry a team on his own. That desire would lead to one of the most shocking moves in football history. In the summer of 2017, rumors began to spread. At first, they seemed impossible. Could Neymar really leave Barcelona? Could he walk away from one of the best teams in the world? And more importantly, where would he go? Then one club emerged as the answer: Paris Saint-Germain. A team with ambition, a team with financial power, a team determined to become the biggest force in European football. At first, many people didn't believe it. The transfer fee being discussed was simply too big, too unrealistic, too unbelievable. But then it happened. Announcement came and Neymar would join Paris Saint-Germain for 222 million euros. Football world was stunned. It wasn't just a transfer, it was a moment of disbelief. Fans struggled to process the number. Analysts questioned the logic behind it. Social media exploded with reactions, memes, debates, and endless discussions, because nothing like this had ever happened before. This wasn't just breaking a record, it completely shattered it. The previous transfer record suddenly felt small compared to this. And the biggest question everyone asked was simple: why would a club spend 222 million euros on a single player? The answer goes beyond just football. Paris Saint-Germain had a vision. They wanted to win the UEFA Champions League, not just compete. When to do that, they needed more than a good team. They needed a global superstar, someone who could elevate the club's status, someone who could attract attention from around the World someone who could inspire both teammates and fans, Neymar was the perfect choice. He was young. He was already one of the best players in the world, and he wasn't just a footballer, he was a brand. This transfer wasn't just about building a team, it was about transforming a club into a global powerhouse, and it worked the moment Neymar signed.
Foi uma das decisões mais difíceis, né, que eu tomei na minha vida. Por estar bem adaptado numa cidade, por ser um clube grande como o Barcelona, por ter amigos, né, ali dentro do clube e jogadores fantásticos. E não foi fácil, né? Foi um momento de muita tensão, de estar pensando, né, no que fazer da minha vida. Nunca fui movido a dinheiro, nunca foi a primeira coisa que eu sempre pensei. A primeira coisa em que eu penso é a minha felicidade, né? Juntamente com a felicidade da minha família. E eu estou muito feliz, né? E eu sempre sigo o meu coração, independente do dinheiro. Se fosse por isso, eu estaria em outros lugares. E, bom, o que eu tenho é só lamentar as pessoas que pensam dessa forma. E eu só agradeço ao Paris por acreditar no meu potencial, no meu futebol. E espero retribuir da melhor maneira possível.
The media explosion was immediate. Every sports channel covered the story. Every football fan had an opinion debate. Filled television shows, was he worth the price? Was this good for football? Would this changed the transfer market forever on social media? The reaction was even bigger. Clips of Neymar's best moments flooded timelines. Fans argued, memes spread everywhere. The transfer became more than news. It became a cultural moment. Even years later, people still talk about it because it wasn't just a transfer. It was a turning point, a moment that redefined what was possible in football and gave the next chapter. Neymar's arrival in Paris, the expectations were enormous. He wasn't just another player. He was the face of the club from the moment he arrived. Everything changed. His jersey sales skyrocketed. Fans filled stadiums to watch him play. Sponsors and global brands followed. Paris Saint-Germain became one of the most talked about clubs in the world. But with that attention came pressure, because now Neymar had to deliver on the pitch. He was expected to lead, to score, to create, to win, and in many ways he did. He scored goals, he provided assists, he helped PSG dominate domestic competitions. His talent was undeniable, his impact was clear, but the expectations went beyond domestic success. The ultimate goal was the Champions League, and that's where the pressure remained, because when you become the most expensive player in history, every performance is analyzed, every mistake is criticized, every moment is magnified. Neymar faced questions constantly. Was the transfer justified? Could he truly lead PSG to European glory? Was the price too high? That's the reality of being at the center of something so massive. But through it all,
it's a good move by the managers. We're happy. The goal is clearly to try for the Champions League. With Neymar, we'll win.
He's going to play with other amazing players, so yes, he can help PSG to win the Champions League.
Even though I'm a Marseille supporter, I think this is a good thing for the French Ligue 1. It's a pretty weak league, so a big player coming here is good for our image. It will benefit all the clubs.
Neymar continued to play with the same style that made him famous. Skill, creativity, confidence. He didn't change who he was. And that's part of what made his journey so compelling, because this story isn't just about money. It's about ambition. It's about taking a risk, leaving comfort behind to chase something bigger. That's what Neymar did. He left one of the best teams in the world to create his own path, and in doing so, he changed football, because after that transfer, everything shifted. Player prices increased, clubs began thinking differently. The market was no longer the same. €222 million deal became the new benchmark, the moment that redefined value in football. And even today, it still stands as one of the most iconic transfers ever, not just because of the number, but because of what it represented. A bold move, a historic decision, a moment that showed just how far the game had elevated Neymar's transfer to Paris. Saint-Germain wasn't just a headline, it was a statement. Statement about ambition, a statement about power, a statement about the future of football, and that's why it will always be. Remember, because on that day in 2017, football didn't just witness a transfer, it witnessed a transformation. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with another football fan. Because sometimes the biggest moments in sports don't happen during the game, they happen when history is made. And the entire world is watching.